Welcome to Damn Good Movie Memories with your host, Brian Davis. This podcast is the cure for your long commute and super boring workday. Hey there, it's Brian Davis, and for this week's episode, we're going to talk about our favorite movie animals. Now, my list is going to be heavy on dogs since I'm a dog person, and for the most part, dogs make great movie animals. But I do have some non-traditional animals that are in my list. But one caveat in this episode is you can't choose animated characters. We'll do that for another episode. And you can't choose puppets. So, sorry, Muppets. And I'm sorry, Malin, because he tried to, but for this episode, we're going to stick with traditionally pet type of animals, but you'll see there's a nice range of animals picked in this episode. So let's get into our top 10 list now. All right, number 10 is the Shaggy Dog from 1959. I'm going with the original, and the Shaggy Dog was an Old English sheepdog, and it's just a really fun, cute dog. Now it's not cheating because it is a real dog in the movie, but they kind of make his mouth move a little bit, so that was kind of the magic CGI of the 1950s, if you want to call it that. But it was really fun in this movie to see how the main character, played by Tommy Kirk, would change into the dog, and it was almost kind of like the Wolfman from the 1940s. So anyway, it's not a terrifying movie. It's a fun, cute movie, and spawned a sequel called The Shaggy DA that came out in the 70s, and then a remake, I think with Tim Allen, later in the 90s. So check out The Shaggy Dog. All right, number 9 is Baby from Bringing Up Baby from 1938, and this is the leopard in the movie. And even though it's obviously a key part of the movie since it's in the title, but the fun part is the back and forth between Katharine Hepburn and Cary Grant because it's a screwball comedy. However, for being a leopard, it's a pretty cute animal, and you get to see a range of situations from them taking care of Baby to them getting thrown in jail, and of course a love story happens in between. But it's a great classic screwball comedy, and hey, I'm hurting to find different types of animals that aren't dogs, so I think Baby qualifies in this case. Okay, number 8. And this is a fun one because you actually barely see these guys in the movie, but it's still memorable because it's a fun scene. It kind of humanizes the character. But it's Cuff and Link in the original movie, Rocky. So Cuff and Link are the two turtles that Rocky has in his little dingy apartment that he bought pretty much because he's trying to pick up Adrian because Adrian works at the pet store. So he kind of talks to his two buddies, Cuff and Link. And it's kind of a fun scene in the beginning of Rocky. It humanizes the character. Kind of, he's this lovable dope, and it's kind of a neat thing. So we're gonna go with turtles. Nobody's gonna pick that, so that's why I picked it. So Cuff and Link. There you go.
Yo, Adrian. These are the exotic animals I was telling you about. These are my friends, Cuff and Link.
I sold them to you.
Sure, I know you sold them to me. Remember you were working at that pet shop, huh? First day you was there and I came in and bought both these animals, huh? Sure, I remember that. I came in, I bought this bowl, and I bought the animals themselves, the food, the marbles that go on the bottom there. Remember that mountain? I had to get rid of that mountain, though, because they kept falling over and flipping, you know what I mean?
Number 7 is the dog, which is a Jack Russell, in the movie The Artist from 2011. The Artist won Best Picture, which was one of the first, I think it might have been the only Best Picture that was a foreign film to win an Oscar. But the Jack Russell dog in that movie absolutely steals every scene. He is so cute and so lovable. And the great scene was when the main character is trapped in a fire and the dog runs to go grab a police officer and convinces the police officer to follow him to go to the house that is burning, and then it essentially saves the main character's life. But if you haven't seen The Artist and you're a dog lover, you gotta see this movie because the dog absolutely steals every scene. Okay, number 6, and it should be higher probably on most lists, but I'm gonna go with him anyway. It's Benji. Benji was one of the most popular dogs short of Lassie, and I didn't pick Lassie because I just didn't really grew up with Lassie, and it was kind of an obvious pick. But Benji, I remember seeing all sorts of movies with Benji in it. And the cool part about Benji, it wasn't a purebred dog. It was just a mutt. It was mixed breed. So my family dog, which my father named Bridget Bardog. Thank you, Dad. Was a mixed breed dog as well, so always had a soft spot for mixed breed. And Benji was iconic, is iconic, and if you get a chance to watch those old Benji movies, they're cheesy, but they're a lot of fun. Okay, we're going to go back to Rocky for my number 5 pick, and it's Budkiss. That's Rocky's dog in the movie Rocky. Now, this was Sylvester Stallone's real dog. It was a bull mastiff, and he actually had to sell Budkiss when he was down on his luck. He had to sell him for $40 at a 7-Eleven store. He was outside of a 7-Eleven store because he couldn't afford food. And then not too long after that, he sold the screenplay for Rocky, and he bought back the dog. And Stallone said he paid $15,000 to get him back. Amazing. But he said it was worth every penny and was the inspiration for Rocky. So he's a cute dog. He's in the first 2 movies. I think he died in 1981 from what I read, but really a cool dog and was his training buddy in many of the scenes in the original Rocky. Number 4. Now this could be the most iconic dog in movie history, and that's Toto from The Wizard of Oz. Toto is actually female, and I had no idea until I started doing research for this. She was in 16 different movies, but of course The Wizard of Oz is the most famous. And it's funny watching The Wizard of Oz today because I start to look for the dog more, and she was really a great movie dog. There's some very cool scenes with her, especially like when Judy Garland is singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Toto is kind of reaching her paw over while, almost trying to like shake in the middle of it. So next time you watch that scene, specifically look at Toto, and it's kind of funny to see the acting moves she's doing in the middle of the movie. Number 3, you might forget this one, but this is a terrific one. I'm glad I came up with this, and it's Clyde the Orangutan from Clint Eastwood's 2 movies, Any Which Way But Loose and Every Which Way But Loose. Every Which Way But Loose was the first movie. But Clyde absolutely steals the show many times, whether it be flipping off the biker gang that is after Clint Eastwood, but Clyde is terrific in this and really is the star of the picture. Number 2 is Verdell in the movie As Good As It Gets. He's the little dog. It's I don't even know what this is called. A Brussels Griffon is what it is. But it's a little tiny little dog with a little cute little scruffy face. And Verdell is actually female in real life. It's Jill the dog. It's funny how they get female dogs to play boy dogs. See? Sexism happens even in the animal community, folks. All right, but Verdell, again, it's hard to say he or she steals the show in the movie because Jack Nicholson's so good. But there's some classic scenes like when Verdell basically mimics the OCD tendencies of Jack Nicholson, like jumping over the line, the cracks in the sidewalk, things like that, and just terrific scenes, and really just the cutest little dog.
Very nice.
All right,
Huh? Hey. Look at that. Look at him. I gotta give you something. I gotta give you something real good, too. I'm gonna show it to you. Come on, buddy. Don't be like me. Don't you be like me. You stay just the way you are, because you are a perfect man, and I'm gonna take you home and get you something to eat.
Something? Yes! Let's go home and do some writing.
All right, you made it to number 1 for our favorite movie animals, and it was a bit of a struggle, but I came up with a top 10, so I'm very proud of myself. But my number 1 pick, even though it might not be the most famous movie animal, it's definitely my favorite, and that's Asta from the Thin Man movies. There were 6 Thin Man movies. Asta was in all of them. Terrific movie dog. It was a wire-haired terrier. That's what Asta was. And, I think it's the second movie. It's called After the Thin Man. There's a great scene where Asta's married to Mrs. Asta, and they have 2 children, and he discovers that Mrs. Asta is cheating on him, and you get to see kind of a funny scene of the Mr., or I don't know what the mistress is for a for a male, but you see him digging under after Mr. Asta comes home, and It's a fun scene, but almost every scene with Asta, he steals the show. He's not in the movies a ton. He probably gets 5 minutes, 10 minutes of screen time in a 90-minute movie, but every time he's on screen, he's the best. All right, there's my top 10 list for favorite movie animals. Let's hear what everyone else has to say in this week's episode. Okay, we're back, and Malin is back on the podcast. Took a week off for buddy cop movies. That was kind of a stretch for a lot of people.
Yeah, I had one in mind, but...
Hot Fuzz?
Hot Fuzz. Uh-huh. No, and the more I thought about it, then I realized I probably could have mentioned, and it would have not been too much of a stretch, but Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein, right? Because they
are buddies.
Security.
That's true.
Right? So, yeah, I was thinking, like, I was never into Keystone Cops, but Abbott and Costello, they played security guards.
It's not fair.
Cops,
that's fair.
That was a buddy cop.
I would have given that to you, because I love that movie.
So I think that's
yeah. Two or three people mentioned Hot Fuzz, so you got your honorable mention in there. I made sure I gave you a plug, because that was like that's Malin's.
Well, and plus that movie for me, it's all about the innkeeper, the woman who's the innkeeper. Mm-hmm. She was like this. She was Samuel Beckett's muse for a long time, and she has one of the best lines in that film, which is I can't remember. I'm gonna get it wrong, but it was something like, "You've always been here," or if I. Something, it's really creepy. She has a really... Anyway, I shouldn't even mention it because I don't remember the line.
Anyway, moving right along, this week we're going to talk about our favorite movie animals, for the most part, that are real, that were in movies. Right. We're not allowing animated animals. We may do another episode for those. So I'm curious to see what you came up with for your favorite movie animals.
Okay. So I came up with non-animated film animals, because... That's what you said.
Yes. I do my best. I have to keep it tight,
Yeah. Podcast dictator.
I know.
But,
you can have your own podcast, too. You can do whatever you like.
But these aren't necessarily real animals. But anyway, so when I was thinking about this, I was realizing, as a kid, I think I got messed up because I started watching nature documentaries.
Yeah.
Pretty early on. The Disney ones, those always kind of ended well for the animals, and they were like super anthropomorphizing all of the animals. So they were like people too, basically. Even if they weren't animated, even in the nature documentaries, they were kind of like people and described with familial relationships. But then there were the PBS documentaries that I saw as a kid, where I remember being horrified by animals and really by Mother Nature, by this idea that they aren't all pets. Because once you leave your house, most of them just want to eat you.
That's right.
And I remember, I think for most of my childhood, I was just terrified by the idea of being eaten and consumed by an animal. It's like, who wants to be chewed up and digested?
And you're very outdoorsy, so...
No, I am.
Yeah.
And I see lots of animals out there.
Yeah.
And fortunately, none of them have eaten me yet. But, like up in the trails, I see lots of snakes at certain times of the year. And like running through the trails.
Yep.
I figured out exactly where in my vision I have to be watching the trail, not to keep my feet in the right spot from falling over, but to keep my feet from running over like a snake and like leaves and whatever, because I don't want to step on a snake. Not only because they'll bite me, but because I just don't want to feel a back breaking under my feet. That would be like horrible.
Yeah.
Anyway, so totally traumatized by these nature documentaries that are teaching me all about nature and how cruel and evil it is. So when it comes to movie animals, I don't think I think of like the cute and adorable kitty cats or puppy dogs. I think of creature features.
Okay. That's good. I want a different perspective here. So
is everyone else talking about...
You're the first person I've interviewed so far, and so mine are probably the cute and cuddly ones.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Are yours?
For the most part. I'm a dog person, so you're gonna get my Asta from The Thin Man and dogs like that.
Okay.
Did you ever see As Good as Gets with Jack Nicholson?
Yes,
Verdell,
I did. I don't remember it terribly well, but I do remember there was a dog that forms
OCD. He basically
an
mimics
OCD dog, but isn't it like the functional narrative tool that connects two characters together, or
So basically he picks up Jack Nicholson's tics. Jack Nicholson is taking care of it for Greg Kinnear's. It's Greg Kinnear's dog, but he is beaten up, and so he's in the hospital. He needs someone to take care of Verdell, and Jack Nicholson hates everyone, and he won't touch anything, but he ends up loving the dog. So, like, there's one famous scene where Jack always steps over a line on the cement, and the dog skips over the line with him. It's like, don't be like me. Don't be like me.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah. See, there are cute and cuddly things. But I want to hear your list, though.
That's warmed my heart.
Yeah.
Now I'm rethinking everything. Anyway, so as a kid, I thought, animals, science, nature, evil, Mother Nature's beast. So like Tarantula totally makes sense for me because it's like a science fiction horror monster, and it's like nightmare creature expanded to nightmare proportions. And I was obsessed with tarantulas.
Did you see Arachnophobia?
I did.
Oh,
I did. I prefer Tarantula. I think it is still creepy, even though it's got the ridiculous sound effects every time the tarantula is on screen, which is, kind of now fantastic to look back on those.
Well, that's
films.
the fun part of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And and even contemporary films aren't excluded because I think, what was it, Jaws, where they'd partially taken different animals roaring. So
yes. To get
ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. But so Tarantula, kind of this thing. I think it was born out of like a lab in the film.
Yeah,
it's been a while since I've seen it, but it's had an indelible mark on me. It was like one of the big creature features to watch for on TV on the weekends. Yeah, so I love that. Even though really gruesome scenes in that.
Oh, yeah.
Really gruesome. But giant tarantula films in general are kind of horrible. So there was that, and then I thought of Jaws.
Of course. Yeah.
Which is just a mechanical that roars like a lion.
Were there any real sharks?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. Yeah. Some of the stock footage from that film was taken from nature documentary cinematographers. So there are real sharks in the first one.
Okay.
Which is, it's interesting that the movie is as successful as it is because you have that delayed payoff. Like, there's so much of the film you're waiting to see the shark.
Yeah.
And then you get these glimpses of real sharks, and then in some of the more dramatic, gory scenes, you have this obviously fake shark where you can see the hinges of the jaws, and it's just laughable. So it's kind of remarkable to me that it is still successful, even though.
Well, it's iconic at this point, when it came out in the 70s, I think. The book was successful, and then the transition to the movie, I think it was just the right time, right place.
Wait, for which one?
For Jaws, the original Jaws, when it was released in 75. But it's kind of taken on this mythic, you mention any shark, you say Jaws. And they're synonymous now.
Yeah.
So.
You go to any beach, no matter where you are in the world, and you're thinking, you go to any swimming pool, if you were born early enough and you saw that in the cinemas or encountered it as a child, any body of water that you get into.
The theme music.
Yeah, you think,
I mean, that theme music is used countless times on parodies and everything. It's just anytime, even in Caddyshack with the chocolate bar, the duty,
swimming
pool. Which is perfect.
Yeah, that might be even the best secondary use of that.
Oh, because it was only maybe 5 years after the original Jaws, so that was perfect. So you didn't choose Alligator?
No, I've already talked about that one, and I didn't want to think because that one's anyway, it's out there. Yeah, it's horrible. It's a horrible movie. Yeah.
Horrible but wonderful.
Right. I don't want to promote it too much. Because it's horrible. It's horrible. But the other one I thought of, The Birds, which is
great one,
an amazing animal film.
Yeah.
But it's I don't even know what to say about it because we've talked about that one before too. But The Birds is such it's one of those things where a colony of a species is not even just a species, but a whole part of the animal kingdom. Yeah. Is coming at you, and it could be coming at you from any direction at any time.
Right.
And the way that film builds up the suspense, I don't even know if I were to see it today if it would pay off the same as it did when I was a kid. But that was another one where that just had like this huge mark.
Well, yeah, and there was no rhyme or reason. They never explained why the birds go
Right.
crazy and why they're attacking. And
Were
yeah.
they to make it today,
Yeah.
you would know everything about it.
Yeah.
You would have like a full forensics on everything.
Yeah.
I think it pays off better in that film that you don't know,
Yeah.
even to the end, what happened.
And if they'll do it again, I mean, that's the
Right.
magic of Hitchcock. You know,
Yeah.
he leaves it ambiguous. So,
Yeah,
no,
absolutely.
that's perfect. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Marilyn.
You're really not going to let me talk about the Muppets?
All right.
No,
because you are a loyal person on this show, I'm going to let you talk about the Muppets.
Okay, so I'm just going to throw out the Muppets.
Depending
as,
how long the show gets. If it gets too long, this might make this bonus
I'm going to
stuff.
make this quick. I'm just
Yeah,
going to throw
okay.
out like Muppets as film animals are definitely some of the best. And so
Then what
I'm
is
going to use.
Gonzo?
It doesn't matter. He's often obviously of the animal kingdom. He's probably a hybrid of several parts of the animal
Yeah.
kingdom.
But they
Anyway,
make fun. They make fun of that too. They make light of it.
I'm just bringing this up to encourage you to, as quickly as possible, drop your restrictions on animated animals. I've thrown in a mechanical animal
Mhm.
to cheat a little bit
Of
in
course.
Jaws.
Yeah.
So next week is animated.
No,
I
not
probably
next
won't
week,
even-
but we
I probably
will do
won't
it.
even- I
Yeah.
probably won't even have any animated animals. I think I'm just rebelling because there have been rules.
Well, in that case, I will do animated / puppet. You can go crazy with that.
Sure.
So
And I'll
that-
probably skip that week as
Of
well. But at
course.
least I'll have made, like, it's
A
all about
dent.
the principle.
I
It's the
agree.
principle
You can.
about it.
Hey,
Yeah.
I give creative control where creative control is due. So cool.
Cool.
Thank you so much, man. We're back, and Enrique's back. Welcome back.
Hi, thank you.
I think you took a week off. He's from buddy cop movies.
Yeah, I didn't really have tons of buddy cop in
You-
my arsenal.
you could have picked K9 or Turner and Hooch.
Yeah, I
Which
love
you-
Turner and Hooch.
Yeah.
I do, and it's appropriate for this week as
That's
well.
right.
But I didn't remember it so much. I would have had to do some research on why I liked it. I just remember really loving it.
Yeah,
Probably because of Tom Hanks.
of course.
And
And
love it.
the dog is cute, even though he's slobbering all over the place. But those
Okay.
are tough movies because if they're police animals, inevitably something's gonna happen to the dog. So,
Yeah.
and that
There's going to
drives
be
me
some
nuts.
danger
Yes.
involved. And I mean, I grew up with a 155-pound Newfoundland.
Wow.
So the bigger and slobberier, like, the better for me. Maybe
That's-
that's why I liked it. It reminded me of my dog.
There you go. That might be
Maybe.
it. Okay, so what is your list this week for your favorite movie animals?
Okay, so the first one is probably pretty weird, and that's Free Willy.
But you've talked about your love of Free Willy before.
I mean, it's kind of a major part of my character.
Yeah.
Like, my family like holds it very dear to
Mhm.
them that they have a daughter who was obsessed with Free Willy as
Mhm.
a kid.
Yeah.
And it just kind of shows you how gender identity is kind of a spectrum, because I was obsessed with Jesse, the main character, and I
Mhm.
would like run around and pretend to be the little boy and with my backpack and like,
Mhm.
I'm Jesse, and then people would ask me like, Enrica, how are you doing? And I'm like, not Enrica,
Mhm.
I'm Jesse. Like, I insisted. I was very into it, and I would like jump in the stream and
Mhm.
pretend that one of the rocks in the stream was the whale.
Yeah.
and ride on him, and
You know,
I don't know why I loved it.
That's awesome because I have a similar. You probably heard, but I was Neil Diamond when I was a little boy, and so when
Really?
people would ask me what my name was, I'd say Neil Diamond, and that's all I'd
That's
listen
hilarious.
to. So you were Jesse, I was Neil Diamond. We would have been a hell of a
Yeah.
duo.
I loved that movie so much. I don't know why. I don't know what it was. Something about riding sea animals
Yeah.
really resonated with me.
Whales,
I love the
dolphins,
water.
yeah.
I love to swim, and I love the water.
Mhm.
So then maybe that was why.
That's and you were a lifeguard for
Yeah,
many
I was
years.
a lifeguard
Yeah.
for 4 years,
Yeah.
5 years.
So
Yeah.
definitely makes sense. Okay, so Free Willy's on the list. What else? do you
Yeah. I really liked Air Bud as a kid.
have? Of course, and all 42 sequels. But yeah.
I never watched the other ones.
Okay.
Just the first one. I
Mm-hmm.
used to pretend to be Air Bud as well. The dog, not like human characters.
No, of course not. You want to be the dog. You want.
I don't know. I just loved that it had this like masculine, boyish basketball energy,
Mhm.
and was just like a good old buddy to have around.
So we don't know if it's the same dog for every
It's probably
So,
not.
okay.
It's probably not.
Uh-huh.
Probably not even within the same film.
Breed,
They probably
yeah.
use lots of different
Sure.
versions. But I think he was the first like golden retriever that I
Mhm.
connected with on a spiritual level.
Okay.
I feel very connected to golden retrievers as a brand
Right.
of dog.
Mhm.
By brand I mean breed. Sorry.
Sure. No, we knew what you meant. We knew it was a B term, so there you go.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I try not to like say, "Oh, I'm a golden retriever person. I'm gonna need a golden retriever," because it's kind of turned into like I don't know, the white girl dog, just like the white America picket fence dog.
But golden retrievers are the sweetest
They're
animals.
so
Yeah.
great, and they're smart, and
Yeah.
they're sweet and
Mhm.
loyal,
Yeah.
and just great dogs.
They are.
Great dogs, and they're not dumb like labs. They don't
No.
stink like
No.
labs. They
No.
just have like a, I don't know, an effervescence. to
Yeah,
them.
the only negative about golden retrievers, they don't live long enough. They're
Yeah.
because they're bigger. So.
Yeah, I mean, my dog lived till she was 11,
Which is
/
good.
12.
Yeah, that's good.
And the lifespan on Newfies is typically 8 to 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think it's so random. You can
Mhm.
have a very healthy big dog.
Yeah.
But you know, you can have a very unhealthy little dog
So it could
too.
happen. Yeah.
And little dogs are just the worst. So
Yeah.
sorry to offend anyone.
That's okay, too. They're like people, you know, you can like
And
some
so
people.
many people in California have little dogs because you
They
have
have the
to.
space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to warm up to the idea of little dogs, but
Well, we have a medium-sized beagle. He's
yeah,
great.
beagles
Yeah.
are so great.
They are, except
Beagles.
they are pigs when it comes to food. Like his
Oh,
whole
they
existence.
get overweight
oh,
really easily.
Yes, and his whole existence is food. So,
Yeah,
see.
and like I also really liked Shiloh.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Loved Shiloh
Mhm.
as a book. I think they made a movie,
yeah.
but I never watched the movie.
Okay, and okay, so we have
Airbud,
Airbud,
Free Willy.
Free Willy. What else?
Okay, and then the first movie I ever cried in,
Okay.
which is maybe another idea
Mhm.
for a podcast.
Yeah, that is a good one. Yeah.
But
I'm gonna write that down.
first movie that ever made you cry for me was My Dog Skip.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I loved Skip, and I loved that he was like so loyal and like his best friend. And it made me sob at the end not when the dog got like beat by a shovel, which is
God.
also really fucking tense.
Yeah,
like,
no,
really
it is.
terrifying.
Yeah.
But like when he lived his long, full doggy life
Yeah.
and died at the end, that killed me. I'd never cried in a movie before.
No.
Not even in Free Willy.
We work at Yahoo. We work in
We
search.
do. Yeah.
And so some of the when War Horse came out, one of the main
Oh,
queries,
yeah.
one of the main queries that people were looking for was, does the horse die? Because I think a lot of people were judging whether or not they were going to see the movie or not.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's really hard to watch animals die
Oh,
because we assign this like a pristine benevolence to
Mhm.
them because
Absolutely.
we don't know what they're thinking because
Right.
they're non-lingual, so
Mhm.
we just kind of assign them this pristine personality,
Yeah.
this pure of heart personality.
Mhm.
They're probably a bunch of little assholes
But,
too.
yeah, they go after each other. So, yeah.
Like-
But-
Like we don't do that with children. I mean, some people are like, if the kid dies, I can't watch it.
sure. Like Ransom.
Like Ransom.
Yeah, well, he doesn't die. But
He doesn't die. He gets saved.
Yeah.
Okay?
But that's when that one scene where the gun goes off and
It's
may or may-
horrifying.
yeah, I think a lot of parents
Oh my
were just
God.
like,
It's horrible.
that's it, yeah.
We do that to children. With animals, I don't know. There's just we love our animals, don't
Yeah.
we?
I often, you could see millions or thousands of people getting blown away in a war movie, but if that one animal, the horse dies or something like that.
I know.
That's
I
a
don't
big
know.
issue.
It's just we see this perfect soul
true.
in their eyes,
Innocence,
and then
yeah.
it's just so sad.
I know.
And we love them so much,
Yeah.
in a way that we can't really find a way to love other people
I
for
know,
some reason.
which is sad. I think it's the blind loyalty of an animal,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
factors in. Okay, so those are three. Do you have any more?
Yeah, so I guess last one. I mean, I could talk about them because I always watch a lot of
Sure.
animal movies.
No, yeah.
But the first movie I saw with my fiance was Marley and Me.
Oh, yeah.
So
Which would have been a good book to movie adaptation.
oh
one, too,
yeah, that's true, and I loved it. I don't know, he thinks it was like the worst date movie ever. But to me, it was like, this is the beautiful life of a perfect pet, and
Yeah.
it's just dogs. We love our dogs, even if they're, scoundrels sometimes.
Yeah. They're
And
part of the
I
family.
loved it. I liked it because it was like the life of the family through the story of their dog.
Right.
As George Carlin always said, life is a series of dogs.
It is. I know. It's true. That's a great quote because it's true. It's like, right when his dog died, he just put it on the counter. Give me one just like that. You know, that was his joke.
I want this one again.
Yeah.
But then you get a new one, and it's unique and different in a whole other way. I've only ever had one dog. So,
okay.
Yeah, it was my dream dog, my Newfie, for 11 years.
Yeah.
She was my best friend. Love her so much. She lived a great life. She had so much fun. And my fiance never had a dog.
Okay.
And he is such a dog person, so he wants a
That's
husky.
the next thing. Oh, yeah. But you need room for that.
It needs space. It should be pretty, have a long cold season.
Yeah.
Weather-wise, because they need to run and they need it to be cold.
Yeah.
And, that's, my fiance also needs similar things. So
Down the road, that's the plan. So.
I just think everybody deserves, their perfect companion in life, their dog. So I had mine, and I think it's his turn.
Well, our dog, which my dad named Bridget Bardog, was a pound dog. My mom came home one day with a pound.
A pound?
Yeah, just went to the shelter and picked up the dog. And my dad said, well, you didn't ask me if you could bring home a dog. And my mom's like, well, you didn't ask me when you brought home a new car. And my dad had no response to that. So Bridget Bardog lived in our family for 16, 17 years. And
Tit for tat.
Yeah, it was a Lhasa Apso, Lhasa mix.
Those are pretty.
Yeah,
I love those dogs.
Yeah, so my dad would always play the game with who's the best dog in the world, and she'd be doing that, and he'd be like, Benji, and she'd still didn't matter. So that's
my sister and her husband got a Chesapeake Bay Retriever for my niece's third Christmas or something.
Okay,
she was a little redheaded, curly, lab-looking puppy. She is so sweet. She's honestly the sweetest, most loving dog, but she's so dumb. And to me, that's just so funny.
It is, yeah.
A dog that runs into things and can't figure any situation out when it's happening to her.
But then you love me more.
Doesn't like to listen, but she's just a love, and she'll lay on you and I love cuddly dogs.
Yeah, and there's something about dogs, and I have nothing against cats, but cats are their own people. They do what they want.
Yeah, they're very independent.
Yeah, and you don't get that love.
Yeah, always, I get in the cat versus dog argument very, very regularly.
Sure.
If I'm going to invest in an animal, I want it to love me.
Yeah.
I don't have time
to make it love you.
Yeah, that's not what a pet is for.
Yeah.
Not in my opinion. So, if you want a cat, to me, you just like not being loved.
Yeah.
You like rejection, and it's a little nihilistic. And I'm just a little bit.
It's probably why people
I judge them.
Why they might have 10 cats because you figure one of them's got to like you. The other 9 just gonna do what they want. So,
yeah. And I know that some people are like, it depends on the cat. Some cats are really loving. It's why would you take that chance? You know, if you get a dog, it's gonna at least love you a little bit.
Yep, you are their world.
And if it doesn't, it's kind of tragic, and it's probably there's something wrong with it, maybe.
Yeah.
And you have to figure that out later, but. Anyway.
All right, as always, amazing job, Enrica.
Thank you.
Go dogs. We're in the dog corner.
We like dogs here.
We do. Okay, we're back with Samantha. Welcome back.
Thank you.
We're going to discuss our favorite movie animals this week. So everyone's been all over the map. Malin chose creature features and things like that.
Okay.
So I'm curious what you came up with this week.
Did you do yours yet?
I did. So I had a top 10.
With your list.
Yes.
A long list. Okay.
So I came, since the listening audience has already heard it, my number 1 was Asta from The Thin Man.
Okay. That's what you're talking about that recently.
He's a wire-haired terrier.
That's a good one.
I love Verdell from As Good as It Gets. The Jack Nicholson takes care of the little dog. You haven't seen it?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I won't give anything away, but really cute scenes with him. And did you ever see Every Which Way But Loose with Clint Eastwood?
No.
There's a orangutan that basically it's his pet orangutan that steals the show.
What?
Yeah. So that's those are my top 3. Of course, I love Toto and Benji and things like that. Toto. So, but you'll have to hear the rest.
Okay.
When it comes out.
Interesting.
So those are fun.
Well, I kind of was thinking about movies with animals in them.
Sure. Yeah,
there
that's
are
fine.
a few starring animals, but when you mentioned this list, I had a horrible experience with the movie Babe when I was a kid, so that's like the opposite of this podcast, which is favorite movie.
But that's okay. I want to hear the story.
It's horrific.
Yes.
But for some reason, I don't know. Now that I was really thinking about it today, like, this is something, I don't know, I should probably, like, talk to someone about, like, when did this issue start? But
the doctor's in. I can be your therapist for at least 10 minutes.
And I don't know if it was the first Babe. I think it was the first Babe movie.
Okay.
Because I don't think I would have gone to the sequel, Babe, Pig in the City,
Right.
whatever it
I'm
was.
glad you know what it is.
Without seeing the first one. But I remember, I think it was one of the first movies I saw in theaters.
Okay.
Because I was a kid in the early 90s.
That's right, yeah.
And I went with my grandfather to see it, and my family has made fun of me from then because into the movie, I think it was the first one because there's like some inclinations that Babe might be eaten at one point, or like the animals at the cute farm are getting killed or something. I had a complete tantrum in the movie theater. And we left early. I've never left another movie early except for Babe.
Oh my god! So how long did you last? Like 20 minutes, 30 minutes?
Not far long into it at
Wow.
all. Like we went in, got the tickets, got sitting down, and I remember like I started crying and was just really upset, and so my grandpa took us out.
Oh no!
And I was like done for the day.
So what did he take you for ice cream or something afterwards?
I don't remember. I don't
you just
remember.
blocked it out. Yeah.
Just it was horrible, and I've never liked animal movies.
After that,
like ever. Yeah. I won't go see movies with animals in them, just because I don't know. I don't want to see them die.
Okay, well, you can watch As Good as It Gets. Nothing happens. So all my picks, nothing happens to the animals.
Okay,
I can't, no Old Yeller, nothing like that. No Bambi.
Oh yeah, because a few years ago I saw that like Will Smith movie.
Oh yeah.
Which one is it? Where he has the German Shepherd.
Yeah.
And it's like apocalyptic, and I had a German Shepherd.
Oh no.
And the dog like was killed.
Yeah.
No, thank you. And I didn't see that coming. I would have avoided that movie. So
I was telling Enrique because when Warhorse came out, I was obviously at Yahoo, and one of the main searches was "Does the horse die?" Because people weren't going to go if the horse dies.
Well, if you have any idea about World War I history, like thousands of horses died, so I wouldn't go see that if you were such
right. Or True Grit, that Lindley had a real problem with the horse getting shot.
I hate when horses get shot too. It's
I know.
Like saving them from suffering, but Warhorse is a very good movie.
It is a good movie.
I haven't. Nothing really, like, the movie kind of disappeared after it came out.
Yeah.
But it was really, really good.
Yeah, and it was well received.
It.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's your Babe. So did you ever end up watching Babe again, or no?
No, I never finished it. And it was nominated for like, Academy Awards. I think it won, like, one of them won like best song or something. And
my grandmother loved that movie, so it's a grandparent thing. But
keep it away.
Yes.
And
I won't even play any clips from it. Don't worry.
No. But yeah, I'm like, so that was just my funny little anecdote.
That should have been your crazy movie story in the theater. That would have been perfect.
I don't remember enough though. It's just kind of like family memories.
They won't let you live it down.
And it's like, I've made it through every movie since then. I've never left early, no matter how bad it is.
No Babe,
just no Babe. And anything that has any sort of chance that it'll be a negative, anything about an animal. I never saw Marley and Me.
Yeah, I couldn't do it,
I'm like, no thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, Turner, Hooch, all that stuff is tough. Yeah. Okay, so
anyway.
What is your favorite? We got Babe out of the way. What is the favorite animal?
So I went to Comedy Spectrum.
Okay, good.
And I thought of Best in Show.
Great one.
So I adore that movie. Mockumentary. The people are bizarre.
Yep.
And it's just, if people haven't seen it, it's just like the Westminster Dog Show.
Yeah.
And there's it follows, I think, about four like prominent dogs
Yes.
and their owners, and it's just like them getting to the getting ready. There's like some drama with some of the couples, and it's a really good cast of really funny comedians, not people who were, super famous or anything, but just like Jane Lynch had a really funny role in there, I remember.
And Eugene Levy.
Eugene Levy, Parker Posey.
Oh, Parker Posey's great.
I was just looking it up. Yeah, she plays like, her and her husband are like really like yuppies.
Yeah.
And they come with their fancy little dog.
And Michael McKean and his partner.
They're great. Yeah, I love that movie, and it's always like it comes on TV randomly.
Yeah.
And I'll always watch it. It's just, I love mockumentaries, just the dry humor. And it's not like it was not funny to everyone.
Well, his name's escaping me now, but he was in Spinal Tap. He owns the it's a giant dog in that one. He kind of plays the country bumpkin in Best in Show.
Okay, I'm looking at the page right now. Is it Christopher Guest?
It's Christopher Guest.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
like his name was escaping me, but yeah, he's that one's funny too. His little I don't know what the dog is, but it's like a giant hound, I think, in that movie. So
it's not. Was he one of the main?
In Spinal Tap?
No, in Best in Show.
Yeah, he was bringing his hound to
I remember that. Okay. I haven't seen this movie in ages, but now that I was like looking it up today, I'm going to go watch it.
Oh, yeah. That's a great one.
So, just good comedy. Dogs are pampered.
They totally
no death.
No death at all. It just the Eugene Levy and his wife then doing like the singing duo at the end and everything. It's like it's so cheesy, but it's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great one. All right. So, any other pick, or that was the main
not
one?
really. I just kind of pointed that one out when I was like thinking about this. I realized there were tons of like those weird like animal movies when I was a kid, like animals with voices and talking, and like I guess I liked them at one point, but now I don't know if I'd watch all the Air Bud movies. And
that Enrica picked Beethoven, definitely, yes. I picked, and you'll appreciate this because you like classic films, Bringing Up Baby. So The Leopard, because at a tough, and even though she's not in it that much, it's still a key character.
Yeah, it's kind of like fun. That movie, I kind of like associate it with that. Like I think in the posters too.
Yeah. And people don't realize, if you haven't seen the movie, that baby that's the leopard. And so you always think it's just Katharine Hepburn and Cary Grant.
Yeah.
But that's involved. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, thank you so much, Samantha.
You're welcome.
All right, Danielle took a week off last week for buddy cop movies, but she is back for her favorite animal movies. And I'm always curious to what she comes up with. So we'll see what the list comes up with this week. So go ahead.
So I don't know how to say the word. Like sixth place.
Number 6.
Number 6. Yeah, that's good. That's a good way. So number 6, my movie is Anaconda.
Oh, okay.
Not the song.
No, God. Not the Nicki Minaj song. I'll play that in the background. Yeah.
The movie, it's fun.
The Giant Snake. That's with Ice Cube and Jennifer Lopez?
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's the other guy that is famous. What's his name?
Is
he Angelina Jolie's dad? Is that him?
Oh, John Voight.
Yes,
yeah.
That's the guy. And I think there is the sequel of that. I don't know.
There's a sequel?
I know. The Anaconda Returns.
Anaconda Returns. Was it the second in second place, Anaconda 2?
No, I like just the original.
Well, you like scary movies.
Yeah, of course. So. It's not going to have puppies on my list, of course. Oh,
you and Malin are right.
No.
You and Malin... I have the traditional folks, and you and Malin are on the creature.
I know. So, I like Anaconda, and I like when she eats the Angelina Jolie's dad.
Oh, thanks for giving it away.
And then
are you sure it's a woman?
She regurgitates. How you?
Yeah, regurgitate.
Him, and that's stupid. Like, he just blinked. Just like, what the hell?
What?
We don't have. It's
How do you
not
know
like
it's female?
so. What?
The anaconda.
Oh, because for Portuguese we give gender. It's hard. We put like she for the anaconda, and like if it's a lion, it's gonna be he. It's different from he that you have the it separate. It's just like there's male, female for substantives as well.
Okay.
So, what was that? Oh, so this is. I think that is part in Brazil because the Amazon River, if I am not mistaken, because the Amazon River it's bigger, so it crosses different countries, but it crosses Brazil too.
Okay.
And we don't. That's not a snake that we have anacondas there, but it's not that big.
Oh yeah, that thing's ginormous.
Well, the anaconda, the Brazilian anaconda, they can't eat a cow.
Wow.
Yeah, they dislocate this part of the mouth, and they just like. I don't think they can eat a cow. One exploded because she was eating. I think she was eating a cow. She was trying, and then she exploded.
That's amazing.
But alligators and the people, they can eat people.
Crazy.
Like they hug.
Yeah, they.
Right.
It's not strangling, but
That's
it's
hug. There's something about that. They hug. They break all your bones.
Yeah.
And you can't breathe anymore. So they just like eat you. Like it's very slow. It's very slow the way that they.
It's like a boa constrictor where they just squeeze and squeeze and squeeze until you. It's amazing.
So, that movie.
Okay, well, number 6, Anaconda.
Yeah. So let me see if I count it right. So number 5.
Very good.
Number 5. It is Sharknado.
You just picked Sharknado?
That is so funny. That movie is the stupidest thing ever. And the worst, there is sequels.
There's 3 of them. I've seen them all. They're on the Sci-Fi
I
Network.
think there is more than 3, no? There's Sharknado versus something. Come on, that counts.
That's true. But the second one's... Is the second or third one, it's like Sharknado whatever. Oh, hell no.
My God. That movie is the best
It does really well.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
And they always get famous guest stars in every one.
Exactly.
They always get killed. So.
It's fun. I can't watch. I watched the first one. Just like, oh my God, I threw like 60 minutes of my life.
I know, it's bad. But it's almost like the cult classics where they're so bad it's
but
good.
it became cult. I don't get it. Why? But yes, because it's really bad.
I think people like the campiness of it.
I don't know.
That's good.
It's just stupid.
Very unorthodox list. Okay, what's number 4?
4 is Jaws.
Okay,
right?
Mm-hmm.
That's really good.
Is it a real animal though? Did they? Yeah, I guess they had a real because part of Jaws.
Well, sharks are real. Like Steven Spielberg just.
Well, part of it's
destroyed
mechanical.
the sharks image, but
it
is real and. It's not like an amazing movie, but it's scary for the time.
Well, definitely.
And since it became so famous and the image of the sharks just it was done with this movie. So yes, I think it did the job.
Oh, and you could have picked that for your favorite book to movie adaptation too. It was a novel first.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Number 3.
Is the birds. That's real.
You and Malin are almost right on par. The birds were real.
The birds were real.
Yeah. Those are your favorite animals, by the way. These are your favorite.
Of course.
Okay.
No, not my favorite animal. I don't like birds. But I mean, the movie, yes.
I should have given you more structure on this one, but I'm glad you're on anyway.
Greenpeace is going to come.
Oh, yeah.
It is a good movie.
Oh, it's a great movie.
So, why not be in the list? Can I put a 3.5 movie? Because I forgot this one.
Okay.
And I don't remember the name. But I was a little kid and I used to watch. I was like 6 years old, 7 years old, come back from school and they have the TV, not cable, regular TV.
Yeah.
And it always would be it was at least once in a week this movie would be on TV. It is something about giant ants.
Oh, and them? There's an old. Is it old? Is it in black and white or in color?
No, in color.
Oh, color. Okay, it's not them.
Amazing.
Amazing.
No, it's amazing. I was looking. I was 7 years old, and the ants would eat people.
Right. Of course. So there is my dad's very first movie he saw in a theater was an old movie called Them, and it's about giant ants because there was like a radioactive thing and they became giant ants. And,
Oh, so maybe that's it.
well, no, that was in black and white. So you're saying this is in color. So
That was in color.
Yeah.
It was pretty.
I'll look it up.
Okay, 3.5, right?
3.5.
So it doesn't count. This was out of the list. So
Fair enough.
let's continue.
Okay.
After 3.5.
Let's stay focused here. Number 2.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
No, yeah. Oh.
Wait, I'm so out of this. Because I did 5 as the least, and I don't do that. Usually I go.
Next time I'll help you with the list.
Okay, please. So number 2 is, and it is Jurassic Park. Dinosaurs were real.
I know they were real. These aren't
yes. What? No, of course not. How am I gonna bring dinosaurs?
You're ruining the structure. Malin's gonna be so upset because
Why?
he followed the format.
Why?
Okay, so why did you like Jurassic Park so much?
Because it's amazing. Like, come on. It's like they did. It looks like real. It is a good. The first one, the sequel,
They
is just
drop off.
idiotic.
Yeah.
But the first one, with like those little ones that the guy goes and give a little piece of bread and then he attack. That was, I didn't expect that.
Mm-hmm.
That one that goes in the forest that you cannot see,
Right.
raptors, I guess.
Yes, Raptor. Yeah.
Come on, he had it all in there.
He did?
He had it all.
Okay.
So it was fun to see, like, at the end, how evolution takes over, because you had the flying after the Jurassic era. I don't know how to say.
T-Rex.
Yes,
Yeah.
you had the one that flies when they go, like, in distance, you could see, like, that thing
Sure.
is going to evolve. So, come on. We came from the frogs, maybe. We did have dinosaurs. Come on.
Okay.
I don't believe in Noah and the
You can have
the
it.
boat.
You can have it. Number 2, Jurassic Park. Okay, then how are you going to top that? What's number 1?
Number 1 is...
Da-da-da-da.
You guys gonna hate me.
I know. I don't hate anyone. So.
Everybody else. Milo. Blackfish.
I've never even heard of this. Blackfish.
Blackfish, you never heard of it? We're talking before about it. It's about the incident of the orca, I don't know, the whale, the killer whale.
Okay.
The killer whale. The killer
Malin.
Tilicum.
Oh, it's a documentary.
Yes,
Okay.
and it is amazing.
That's kind of cheating, but okay.
Come on, I could put life, or there's so many from
Free
National
Willy.
Geographic.
Free Willy.
Yeah, Free Will, right? I only like the Michael Jackson song on that one.
Okay, so this came out in 2013 as a documentary. So yeah, I'd like to hear about it.
It is about SeaWorld and how this whale was already sick because it came from Canada, I believe. I don't know, it's South America and then goes to Canada. So it was already stressed, and they put like the whale in a small tank, and then the females would attack him. It was a bunch of stress, and that that it was the consequence of him killing the trainer.
Oh, right.
And there's all this interviews with coworkers. How she was, if she followed the rules, and she did actually follow the rules. So SeaWorld blamed her because how can she defend herself,
That's
right?
right. Yeah.
So many workers from SeaWorld, they stand up and they talked. So they went to the other water parks, the Canadian ones, and they showed the conditions of this. And that's when I decided to completely never go to SeaWorld again.
Right.
I went once when I was here, 2006. I went the behind the scenes tour. It was stupid. It was ridiculous. And the lies that they say is just like, come on, that's not true.
Yeah.
Oh, they leave more hidden the ocean and whatever. It's just like...
Well, they're not going to tell you the truth because nobody would go.
Yeah, but I was like, it was serious.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't say because there's kids in there.
Course,
but like, oh, stupid, shut up.
Yeah.
so I didn't go. I was decided not to go back there. And after seeing that, I was like, that's it. It's like, because I want to take my son.
Sure.
He likes, and I was like, no, I won't feel good about it.
You can take them to the aquarium,
Yeah, we go to the aquarium. It's a different, it's like the San Francisco Zoo. It's a different approach.
Yeah.
But yes, so that's amazing. These documentaries, it's famous. People who saw it, like, became fan. It's a real, you should watch.
Okay, yeah, Blackfish, 2013.
Yes.
I'm sure it's on
Yes.
Netflix, so check that out. Would you have gone to Jurassic World if it was a theme park? Not
No
cruel
way.
to the dinosaurs?
No way.
What about a bird world?
What's that?
For the birds.
Oh.
Come on, it's your own pick.
I don't like birds
Okay.
at all. I don't like
You
flying.
just picked it as your
I
favorite.
don't like anything that flies. I'm sorry. Not even butterflies. I don't come next to me. I don't like it.
Wait till our next movie, Butterfly the Movie. Thank you as always, Danielle. Okay, we're back this week, and Lindley is back. Welcome back.
Thank you.
We are going to talk about your favorite animal movies this week, and or not necessarily movies, but animals in movies.
Sure.
So it doesn't have to be that the main character is Air Bud, even though Enrica picked that.
She picked it.
Which is fine. That
I
was
love
her
Air
age
Bud,
range,
yeah.
and that worked out well for her. But we're mostly looking
Feels like
for...
that's a little older than her even. It's like she
we-
watched it
yeah.
on
We don't
cable
judge here.
TV.
Yeah, we don't judge.
No, I'm
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
I need dates. What year did Air Bud come out, and how old were you when
But
it
you're
came
going to
out?
have to listen. You can't skip to you this time.
I
yeah.
listened to all of them.
You have to listen to Samantha's story about Babe, and it's absolutely hilarious.
Did Babe count? Because that's kind of animated.
Yes, so Babe's a real pig, even though they do the CGI. We'll still, because I picked the Shaggy Dog. So
The Shaggy
original.
DA.
Yeah, and the Shaggy DA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I saw that in the theater.
Yeah, so they kind of move his...
You didn't see that
No,
in the theater.
I saw it
You
on
saw
video.
It on video.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Like, you are not old enough.
I am not. I
Theater.
born in 78, and that came out in 76, so...
Oh, the Shaggy Dog?
The Shaggy DA.
The Shaggy DA came out in 76.
Yes.
Oh,
And then the Shaggy
interesting.
Dog, the original, came in 59.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I did not see that in the theater.
No.
But I do remember the Shaggy DA. Okay.
Yes, with the guy in the Love Bug. I forgot his name.
So I couldn't tell you any of the cast members.
Yes, I know who he is, but he was the main driver in the Love Bug. Anyway, so
Okay,
let's get
anyway.
into your favorite movie animals.
Yeah, so I would say my top pick of most best awesome animal is Old Yeller.
Okay.
Meaning that I just, I had a real dog fascination
Mhm.
as a child. I do think we had a dog, Charlie. We had a poodle, Charlie.
Okay.
But Charlie was tragically hit by a car
Mhm.
probably when I was about 3. So, like, Charlie was probably only in my life till I was 3.
Okay.
And then I was dogless.
Really?
The rest of my childhood until, I mean, I begged for a dog, like, every year.
Mhm.
And then I got a dog when I was 10.
Okay. So 7-year gap.
Yeah, but
Okay.
up until, I mean, it just felt like forever. Like,
Yeah.
I was the only child in the world that didn't have a dog. Like, everybody had a dog but me.
Mhm. So would you often go to your friend's house just to play with the dog? Or?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
loved
Yeah.
dogs. I mean, that's what we would go on, like, big family camping trips. You know,
Mhm.
when you go camping with other families,
Yeah.
and I would spend all my time
With
with
the
the
dogs.
dog. Like, whoever brought their dog. Like, I love dogs.
Mhm.
So Old Yeller just kind of, like, this like, dream that this dog just comes into your life, and your mom lets you keep it. Yeah, I would bring home stray dogs and,
Aw.
like, hide it in the house, and then my mom would be like, out, you know,
Aw.
be gone with you. So Old Yeller is so awesome, despite
The horrible
the tragic
ending. Yeah.
ending. Also, Where the Red Fern Grows. But
Yeah.
I actually read the book more
Mhm.
than the movie. Old Yeller, I think I read the book after I saw the movie.
Okay, yeah.
And I don't even know when the movie came out. This was definitely like a scene on TV or those Disney Sunday night movies.
Yeah, Wonderful World at Disney.
Wonderful World
Yeah.
at Disney.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I just think it's like this ideal, like, best friend. Your
Yeah.
best friend is a dog.
Mhm.
I still think I prefer my dog to most other people. So.
Yeah. I think a lot of people feel that way because there's certain, and again, like I don't think Old Yeller could be made today, or they would change the ending. I don't think they would have had it.
Would you shoot the ending? But it is a rabid dog. Like, that was a thing, right?
Oh,
Like,
absolutely. Like
that happens in To Kill a Mockingbird too.
sure, but these
That's
are
a
all
pretty-
old movies, old books. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a grittier era, I
it
think,
was
especially.
grittier. Where the Red
yeah.
Fern Grows is also a terrible book.
Yeah.
And my daughter just read it. I picked it for her to read. I think she had to read a historical fiction book.
Uh-huh.
And so I picked it, and she was like, "Just tell me right now, do the dogs die?" And I was like, "No, it's a good. You'll like it. It's good." And
Oh,
I was
God.
like, "Oh, good, the dogs will die." And I remember
Just skip over
bawling my
page
eyes out.
300 and whatever.
But I thought, like, she was really into it, so I thought, like,
Yeah.
just read it, and you'll appreciate.
Well, I've told the story with other guests, but when Warhorse came out, since we work at Yahoo, we work in
Yes.
search. One of the main search queries for Warhorse
Does
is
Warhorse die?
exactly,
I don't
and
want to watch that movie.
exactly,
Yes.
and people
I
aren't going to go
still
see it.
don't.
Yeah.
I get sadder about animals dying in a movie than I do about people dying in a
Yeah.
movie. Yes.
Enrique and I talked about this. So
Yeah.
is a certain innocence?
Does Airbud die?
Maybe in like the 10th sequel, maybe, but no, it's they get someone else, but there's a certain, I don't know, they're helpless in a way. They're so.
It just seems so tragic. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't take it.
I know you had a problem with the remake of True Grit because of the horse.
Yes, the horse dies.
Yeah.
She rides the horse to death.
Yeah.
And what's that Jennifer Aniston movie with the
Marley and Me.
retriever?
Yeah.
Can't watch it.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I even thought like, oh, my kids would really love this. And like, no, can't. Nope. Can't do it. Can't do it.
Well, even like Turner and Hooch, I think Hooch gets
Does
shot.
he die?
I don't know if he
Hooch
dies,
I've
but
never seen
he
it.
gets shot. But
Thanks for the heads up. I
You're
will
welcome.
be watching.
Well,
Turner
even
and
John
Hooch.
Wick, they kill the beagle in the beginning to prove.
Oh,
yeah.
also in The Royal Tenenbaums, which is a complete comedy, one
Yeah.
of my favorite movies, but the one part I don't like is when the freaking beagle gets hit by a car,
Yeah.
which is just like kind of comical, but not.
Yeah.
Right? It's like not funny at all.
No.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, and even Bambi, even though we're not talking about animated movies.
Yeah, the
but
mom dies. That's
yeah.
That's the only part of Bambi I remember.
Most people, yeah. And most of the movie isn't sad. I mean,
No, right.
So,
Yeah.
that's, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and you know, I mean,
Mhm.
well, you have an elderly dog, and when
Yeah.
you have two elderly dogs that you have to
Eventually, let go.
eventually
Yeah.
let go of, it's not cool.
No,
Not good.
not at
Animal, not good. Not good.
No, I wish they lived longer than we did. That'd be a lot better. Yeah,
that would be better.
Well,
Hey, you know what you can get?
A tortoise. Yeah. I'm not going to get into that story.
My tortoise story?
No, I have one.
I have one.
Oh, I want to hear your tortoise story.
No, my brother just came home with a 50-year-old tortoise when I was in high school, probably,
Mhm.
and he lived somewhere. I mean, he was out of, he was like living on his own but working, and so this elderly couple were moving to an old folks home.
Okay.
And they had a 50-year-old tortoise, and then they gave it to him,
Mhm.
and then he brought it to my mom's house, and we just lived with the tortoise for, however long I was there.
Yeah.
And then he still has the tortoise. And the tortoise, my mom passed away, the tortoise moved back to him. So
Uh-huh.
the tortoise still lives.
Oh, yeah, they can live to over
They live
100.
150.
Yeah, that's
150.
amazing.
So the tortoise, I think, is now 75
Yeah.
or something. And
It's not like he's going to slow down. So.
No, he's going to live forever. It's like,
Yeah.
I guess we can will this onto our grandchildren.
Do the kids like the,
yeah. It's a really great animal. I mean, it's
They
kind of
are.
cool. Yeah, if you
Yeah.
have the land for it and stuff. It's cool.
Yeah, I'll tell you off air what happened to ours because it's sad. But
You had a desert tortoise as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it got brought to school and got lost. So,
Oh,
yeah.
no.
That's why I don't want. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. But I did pick in my top 10 list.
A tortoise?
In Rocky, his buddies are Cuff and Link. He used to want to go to the pet shop to hit on Adrian, and
I remember
so
that. I remember she worked at a pet shop. That's so weird. That's funny.
And you don't see that scene, but he's talking to the tortoise, and it kind of
that's what he's
humanizes
doing?
him. Yeah, because he's kind of this lovable
But is
schmuck.
it a turtle or a tortoise?
I think they're turtles because they're
Yeah,
both in the bowl.
Because
Yeah.
turtles used to be a very popular pet.
Yeah,
in
and
the 70s,
Mhm.
and then they gave everybody salmonella.
That's right.
So they banned them.
Yes. So this was the 70s. So yeah, but Cuff and Link were his two tortoises or two turtles.
Yeah. Okay. Turtles don't live as long as tortoises.
That's right.
That's why.
And probably in that apartment they wouldn't have lasted long too. But I also picked his dog Buttkiss. In that it was like a bulldog.
Oh, see, I don't remember that.
Yeah, and it was Stallone's real dog, and there's a funny
Oh.
story about that too. So you'll
About
have to
his
listen.
dog. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. So what are your other ones?
No, I really think I just have dogs.
That's
all.
fine.
It definitely is older. I mean, Benji was a really
Definitely.
big star
Mhm.
when I was a child. But
And Benji was unique
I mean,
because it was a
don't
mix.
even remember, right? Benji was like a mutt.
It was a mutt.
It was
Yeah.
a mutt.
Mhm.
Cute
A famous mutt.
dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really. That's all I can.
That's okay.
You don't let me go animated. The Incredible Mr. Limpet. That would be my number one.
We are
animated
going
movie.
to do a separate favorite animated movie characters.
fine. Or
Yes.
E.T.
Or
would
Muppets. Yeah.
Or Muppets.
So that's what Malin wanted to do. So.
Oh yeah, the Muppets. I love the dog in the Muppets.
Oh yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Rolf.
Yeah.
And what is
no,
Gonzo?
which one? The dog that's actually the dog, or the dog that plays piano? You're talking
Oh,
about the
the-
one that plays piano.
Okay, so that's Rolf.
No, but then they
Yeah.
actually have just this giant dog.
Yeah.
That acts like a dog.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
Not like he doesn't.
He doesn't
speak.
talk or
No,
anything, yeah.
he acts like a dog. I love that.
So what is
dog.
Gonzo? Do they?
Yeah, no, they never say, right? He
They kinda
just,
make
like,
fun of that,
He has
yeah.
a chicken.
Yeah.
He has a chicken fetish.
Yes.
and fetish.
Yes.
But yeah, you don't know what he is.
No,
Right.
he's a Gonzo. So.
He's a thing.
Yes.
I think they even have a movie dedicated to finding out what Gonzo is.
Really?
I think so. I feel like I've seen that.
Is that a
but
straight to
yes.
video one?
No, I I feel like I've seen it in the theater. I don't remember, like late 90s.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I was someone who went to Muppet movie releases in my adulthood.
Okay.
Before I had children.
Right.
I love the Muppets.
It was
that
really for
much.
adults in the
Yeah.
beginning. So yeah, I stopped after Muppets Take Manhattan. So
Oh, that's a great movie
Yeah.
too. I love the Muppets.
I do too.
Yeah.
So and the Muppet Show and all that.
Yeah.
So we'll have to get into that when we do
The
animated.
Muppets?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Well, thank
Okay.
you, Winwy.
If you enjoy this podcast and are an iTunes user, please do the show a favor and head on over to the official iTunes page for Damn Good Movie Memories. Be sure to leave a rating and a review. This will allow the show to appear higher in the algorithm and spread the joy of this podcast to the masses. If you are not an iTunes user, you can still listen and subscribe on Podbean at damngoodmoviememories.podbean.com. Be sure to like us on Facebook under our Damn Good Movie Memories page. You can also listen to a limited number of episodes on YouTube. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode, and be sure to tune in next week for an all-new episode of Damn Good Movie Memories.